Hi everybody, today I'm going to be giving my persuasive speech and this is my audience. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excuse me. Okay. Today my speech is called Safety First, Why You Should Vaccinate Your Children. By the end of my speech today, I hope that you all will feel more informed and educated on the topic of vaccinating your children. When asking parents what their number one priority is, most of them have said their child's safety and well-being. What are a few things you think of when you think about a child's safety and well-being?
Making sure they're buckled up in their car seat.
Sure.
Health and nutrition.
Yes.
Personal hygiene.
Personal hygiene. While I agree that all of these are important in the safety of a child, did you know that one of the most important ways to protect your child is to make sure they have all of their vaccinations? As an early childhood educator, the topic of vaccinating children is very controversial. Being that I am in a classroom with infants and young toddlers, I have had to educate myself on what vaccines are needed at what ages. Immunizations can save your child's life. Because of advances in medical science, your child can be protected against more diseases now than ever before. Some diseases that once sickened or killed thousands of children have been eliminated completely, and others have almost been eradicated. Why and how? Well, safe and effective vaccines is the answer. For example, polio was once America's most feared disease, causing death and paralysis across the country. However, today, thanks to vaccinations, there are no reports of polio in the United States. The main concern that parents have with vaccinating their children is some people think that there is a link to autism, and however, there has been no distinct link to autism and vaccinations. There have been more than a dozen studies to try and make a connection. However, there has been no success in proving that to be true. Vaccines are very safe and effective. Vaccines are only given to children after a long and careful review by scientists, doctors, and healthcare professionals. The disease prevention benefits of getting vaccines are much greater than the possible side effects for almost all children. While you're thinking about your child, you can also be looking out for your other loved ones by vaccinating your children. Immunizations can protect others that you care about as well. While some babies are too young to be protected by vaccinations, others may not be able to receive certain vaccinations due to severe allergies or weakened immune systems. To help keep your children and loved ones safe, it is important that you and your children who can get vaccine are fully immunized. This not only protects your family, but also helps prevent the spread of these diseases to your friends, loved ones, and community. While making these decisions for your children, you may also want to think about the future generations to come. Immunizations protect future generations. By vaccinating children against rubella, which is the German measles, the risk that pregnant women will pass the virus on to their fetus or newborn has been dramatically decreased, and birth defects associated with that virus are no longer seen in the United States. If we continue vaccinating completely, parents in the future may be able to trust that some diseases of today will no longer be around to harm their children in the future. While conducting this research, I came across a few stories that struck me, stories that parents were telling of their children who have been affected by not being vaccinated. In the United Kingdom, there is a young little girl named Lola. She was 3 years old, and Lola's mother, Rachel, was telling their story and how Rachel chose to not vaccinate any of her children. Her older children were not affected by any sicknesses or illnesses. However, Lola was allowed to go to a birthday party, and a few days later she had cold symptoms. They ended up taking her to the doctor and found out that at the birthday party she had contracted measles. Rachel goes on to tell about how Lola has permanent hearing loss because of the measles that she contracted. And she talks about how she had depended on other parents of other children to have their children vaccinated, and she thought that by other people having their children vaccinated, that hers would be safe. She said that that has haunted her now, and she feels guilty because of what Lola has gone through because of her decisions. Again, being that I'm an early childhood educator, this is a topic that is often brought up in the classroom. And while I feel that it's very important for all parents to be educated, I have taken it upon myself to have resources available to the parents in my classroom. So when I refer my parents, I retrieve the information from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The first paper that I give to my parents is the 2018 recommended immunizations for children from birth through 6 years old. On this sheet, it shows from birth until 6 which vaccinations they should receive at what age. And there's also some more helpful information on here for you to refer to. And there are also is this paper that I hand out, and it's the list of vaccines. It lists the disease, the vaccine, what the disease is spread by, the disease symptoms, and the potential disease complications. I pass this out because I think that it's a helpful visual aid for the parents to be able to really understand the potential complications that they could face and the seriousness that could be faced to their family and their children if they are not vaccinated. And it also, again, refers them to the website if they need further information. In the end, the choice is ultimately up to each parent. Having witnessed firsthand how quickly germs spread, I continue to do my best in giving parents these resources that can help them educate themselves further on the importance of vaccinations for their children. Not only how it can affect them directly, but how it can affect those around them. Thank you.
Yay! Very